You've received the news. Your healthcare provider has told you that you need a hip replacement. You're overwhelmed, unsure of what to expect, have a lot of questions, and undoubtedly, you're frightened. Let's talk about it. Welcome to From the Hip. I'm Tiffany Anderson. I am the health educator who became the patient. After multiple surgeries and years of recovery, I've learned that there is life after joint replacement. Each week, we'll answer one question that I wish someone had answered for me. Let's talk about that initial news. The initial feeling of being terrified. The prospect of receiving joint replacement is daunting. Whether you were aware that you may need that procedure or whether it came about as a total surprise. You know, both patients and their support system have a consistent set of worries when the initial news comes in that you need a hip replacement. This is a procedure that's life-changing and something that takes you into a place that you never maybe expected to be. And let's talk about why those feelings come up. And of course, it is the fear of the unknown. There are so many variables involved when it comes to joint replacement. It's a procedure that has any number of sources, of reasons why you may be a candidate for that type of surgery. And perhaps it was an emergency, perhaps it was an accident. Whatever brought you to that place will impact the actual procedure itself. So let's dial back again. The feeling of being frightened and all of those unknowns that are taking you to what fear does are those worst case scenarios. That's where it can create so much anxiety and so many concerns that you start to shut down. When I first received the news that I needed joint replacement, yes, I was terrified, and I also went into a state of shock. There's a period of disbelief, even for those that I've spoken to that knew that joint replacement was probably going to be in their future, or they had some type of a condition that they had been talking about this for a long time with their healthcare providers. When it came down to it, that the surgery was upcoming and needed to happen soon. Shock. That's a normal and natural protective state that our body puts us in because we want to have a sense of calm. Our body automatically knows that we need to have a stillness, though it also puts us in a bit of a fog in our mind and in how we are responding and reacting. And that can be something that is working against us. With a support system, and whether you have a support system in the home, outside the home, or you're building a support system that's going to be helping you through this procedure, the biggest support system that you will ever have is yourself. And I don't say this to scare you or to disregard any of the wonderful caregivers, healthcare providers, and other people in your world that you have right now, that you perhaps will meet soon in the future on your bionic journey. That knowing yourself, you know yourself better than anyone, and you're the one that's going to be going into that operating room. Building up that source of support with everyone and everything around you, that is going to give you the strength and the foundation that will help you through this. and I've been there, and I've done this, and you can do this. The fear is valid. Think about fear and how that word is sometimes broken down when we talk about fear. False evidence appearing real. Well, we can set that aside because the fear is valid in this case. Fear is there for a reason because we are heading into a murky experience. It's something that is outside of our range of knowing. And that's where I have found myself. Other patients that I have worked with over the years, other loved ones who have received knee replacements, any of those life-changing procedures, there's valid reasons to be fearful and to address that, to recognize it and to honor it, to name it, to understand it, and to allow those feelings to arise because it's a protective mechanism. Our body simply is making us aware of something that we are walking into. And as we better recognize those feelings, we can step into that place of awareness and education, because that's where the solution comes in. Now that you know, now that you've been given that information, and wherever you are on this stage of your journey, then you've spoken to a healthcare provider. You have seen the x-rays. You have that amount of information. Plus, you are listening and watching and tuning in to your body and actually having that understanding of what it is that your body now requires to help you. Joint replacement is quite a miraculous procedure that hasn't been around for that long historically, and it has evolved and improved rapidly over the years. As you are educating yourself and working with your health team and having conversations with your friends, your family members, those who are going to support you, then this is where having the education and the awareness, that opens the window and helps to fade away the fear, to better address that fear. Because I'm not going to be dishonest and say that fear goes away. It's valid, and to hide it or disregard it would be a disservice to yourself. What we want to do is, by addressing the fear and saying, I'm frightened of this happening, I'm frightened of a failure, I'm frightened of a change of life, I'm frightened of the pain. There are, of course, any number of reasons why you have a lot of fears and concerns, and each of those can and will be addressed in your upcoming healthcare appointments and build you up on your recovery to address any of those worst case scenarios. This stage of preparing for joint replacement, this is what I like to call the candidate stage. And so before surgery, this is when there's a lot of prep taking place. You may have the gift of time, and that may not seem in your best interest, though if you have time to plan and prep for this surgery, that is in your favor. And there are precautions, there are steps for you to take to make you the best candidate for a more successful surgery and a speedier recovery, a recovery that's going to help you as you move forward on this journey. One thing I suggest is, as you recognize your feelings, the shock, the disbelief, the anger, the frustrations. Take the time to write them down, to voice them, and to also invest in what helps you to feel good, whether it's a long drive, listen to some favorite music, going out in nature, spending time with pets, with family, with friends, ensuring that you're balancing all of that out. When we have excess fear and stressors going on, when you're already experiencing compromised health, when your joint has failed and you need joint replacement, your body is already in a heightened state of stress. Invest in stress management however you can, because even the smallest steps of stress management right now will help your body to reduce those cortisol levels, to help you sleep, and to put a lot of those worst case scenarios off to the side. And so that when you speak to your doctor, you're going to make a plan, you're going to invest, and you're going to prepare, because that makes you a proactive patient. A proactive patient has a medical home approach, and that is a teamwork where you are partnering with your healthcare providers to actually formulate the best plan for your recovery. As the patient, you are the star of the show, and that means all of your healthcare providers, they're on your team, and they are guiding you towards the end game, and that is receiving joint replacement and having a successful surgery. I'm going to share with you a gift, and this is a worksheet, one that I wish I had had when I was preparing for joint replacement. I put one together after the fact. Throughout my work as a coach and a patient advocate, and it's something to help you prepare for joint replacement surgery. I will put that down in the description with a link. It's a free PDF that you can download, print out, and use it as a guide for your upcoming medical appointments. Step by step, throughout this series, I want to help you better understand your medical team and know what to expect, and help you to become a proactive patient who feels more confident moving into this next chapter of your life. I hope this information was useful. What question should we answer in the next episode of From the Hip? Leave it below. If you're preparing for surgery, recovering, or caring for someone who is, subscribe and join us next week. Thanks so much for watching.